These are the boxes for the furniture. Ideally, before starting, we set up in a location. We are going to be here. I'm going to unpack the boxes. I will take out all my pieces. After that, I will show you how to assemble the furniture. So take everything out of the box to identify your pieces. It's very important because otherwise we end up searching. So before starting, we take out our pieces. We chose to set it up here. It's really in the centerpiece of the house. It's what makes the kitchen. The dining room. Why? Because we want to always have the aquarium with us. It's important to... Floor aquariums are good, but they are so beautiful today. The furniture is so beautiful. And it's nice to have it in the place where we live. At the same time, the fish enjoy the interaction they will have with you. An aquarium that is always alone, the fish get bored. Over time, they will develop bad things. So it's good to have it with us. We enjoy it, moreover, and then everyone is happy. The fish are happier this way. The instructions and the hardware, all the screws, the things are in a box inside those boxes. So you have everything you need to assemble it. All the hardware you need. A mallet, a screwdriver, a drill, and the creatures. And there you go. So here are the pieces. I have placed them on a tray. You have everything you need. The small pieces, and they also give you spare parts. Spare parts. If you run out later, you have them, you lose them. So everything is included. We start the assembly. You will need these pieces to start. You see, when you have the small nylon things here, this one goes there. Here. They will fit in here like this. You will screw them in and then in the holes. The small dowels will go inside. So it's quite easy to do. For the dowels, a tap with a mallet. Ideally a rubber or plastic mallet. And then this one, we will use it gently in their place. So all the holes all around, we will do that. And then in the hole there, it's going to be this little metal piece that we will put like this. We just insert it by hand with the arrow pointing outward always. The back part that is there, which will go on the side here, it's important to put the small screw covers. And then there are already pre-made holes. We screw these pieces on top. It's all pre-drilled, so it goes well. It works very well. It's about taking your time. And then properly identifying these pieces beforehand. So it's these little screws with the small covers that go on top, which are installed. There, I inserted the small, I don't know what they're called, the small pins. Be careful to always place the arrows pointing towards the outer hole, because we will need them later. So this is a piece that is complete, that I will assemble. It won't take long. You tighten the pins. Be careful not to make a mistake when assembling it. Take it. It will look like this. So the limb at the end, you have the holes that will be there protruding. This one is straight. And then here you will have this on this side. As you can see, the pieces we screwed earlier are there. And then you have the holes for the hinges at the bottom. These are for the legs, which will be adjustable. We have the legs that have small caps. You need to clip them on like this with our mallet. Watch your fingers. So once they are in, they are fixed there. And then it is recommended to put an 8 between the two. So don't let them come out completely nor go in completely. I like to push them in quite deep to be able in the end with the level to be able to raise it. So this is the next piece we will have. So I assembled the base. It's hard to see, but you can see here like this. These are the legs that will be there. This will be the front, which is white because my furniture will be white. And then the legs. The next piece is the top. Basically, it's what the aquarium is next to. Red Sea has put a nice background, but often companies leave it loose. Then when we go to place the aquarium, it moves around, it falls, it gets dirty. They glued it, so it's great. So this is your view piece. And then you have the pieces that I've already assembled, which will make the top. Next, you have the piece that will be at the bottom in the front. That will be visible when you open the doors. There are these little pieces that go there. It's what makes the spring for the doors, basically. They go there, it's already pre-drilled. I advise you not to use, unless you are really skilled, don't use a drill for this, because it's still plastic that is the thing. The holes are already pre-drilled, not too tight. I advise you to use a screwdriver to do it. It will be safer, even if you're not skilled with the drill. You're not used to it. I am used to it. I used a drill to do this, but it might not be a bad idea to use a Phillips screwdriver. That way we are more aware of how tight we are fastening. You shouldn't tighten too much because you will break everything. It's very sturdy, but it's quite limited. So ideally we tighten, but not so tight that everything breaks. The next step I put aside. This is the bottom that you see here with the legs. And then we have the top that we just assembled, which is here. I put it aside, and then we will be able to assemble the top afterwards. What is important to understand, and there you go, I lost what I was going to say. A super important thing for these pieces of furniture is that they are not made of... Most furniture, almost all companies, the furniture is made of pressed wood, what we call pressed wood. It has the unfortunate tendency that when there is water, of course we don't want water, but sometimes it's an aquarium, there can be water, the wood will swell. We make it all in marine plywood. So it's really plywood, what we call truly marine, which will resist much better. If you have a small water damage, you spilled some water or something, it won't swell like most furniture. So I assembled one of my sides, I put all the hardware. After that, you need to put the hinges. It's better to remove the shock to take out your piece here. It's just clicking on top. After that, we can remove it, we'll separate it, and later we'll put it back. Also, when you install your piece, it's already pre-drilled, but make sure to send the piece towards the inside and not the outside. So I put my side, the bottom is here, the lower side. Now I'm going to turn it, I'm going to rotate it to install the other side. When you put your sides and all the pieces in general, they fit into there, and then you need to tighten them afterwards with a large screwdriver so that it holds like this. It can't come out of there anymore. You have them all over. That's what holds and will form your structure. You really need to tighten them solidly. Right away, in your top, at the top of the top, there is another piece that reinforces the top piece, so I inserted it here. Next, you have your screw caps. With the screws, all the screws are stainless steel, so they will never rust. And in addition, they provide a cover so they don't rust. It really serves our purpose well. And you have nice rubber covers. All the fastenings have covers to really seal, so that moisture doesn't get in, and there's none inside everywhere. It's really well made, all the fastenings are stainless steel. We then install our hinges after our doors. You can see there's a double bottom underneath to access our legs and everything. So if you ever need to go, you can remove it and go. We come in like this. And then it's done. We put our little locks. And then we have our little rubber things to hide. So everything's absolutely neat underneath. After that, I put my door back on.